All right, so today we are talking about order of operations, combining like terms, and distributive property. So some things we need to know. Okay, a variable is a symbol for a value we don't know yet. We typically use the letter X or Y, Z, but any letter can be used. And like terms. Okay, these are terms that contain the same variable raised to the same power, or that they have the same exponent. Okay, when we add or subtract, we have to have like terms, otherwise we cannot add or subtract them together. So I gave some examples there. Notice on the very last example, the order of the variables is switched, but they are still like terms. All right, so let's look at what the order of operations is. Okay, in the past you've probably heard of PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. Okay, well, I'm going to change parentheses and we are going to use grouping symbols. Okay, so G. So our grouping symbols are anything that group things together. Parentheses, brackets, our absolute value symbols, and radical symbols are all going to act as grouping symbols. Okay, anything inside those should be simplified first, and then we can work outside of that. Okay, a fraction bar will also act as a grouping symbol, separating the top from the bottom. So we work the top, and then we work the bottom. Okay, from there it's just like you've seen before. We're going to do exponents and radicals next, as long as the radicals are simplified. We are then going to do multiplication and division from left to right in order. Okay, we won't do all the multiplication and then division. We will always do work from left to right. And then we will have our addition and subtraction. Again, left to right, as we see them. All right, in the next segment, we are going to look at actually solving some examples using this. All right, so now we're going to look at some examples. Okay, we're always going to start with our grouping symbols. Remember, these are parentheses, brackets, absolute value symbols, radical symbols. Okay, so I have a set of parentheses. I'm going to work what's inside that parentheses. Okay, inside that parentheses, I don't have any exponents. I don't have any multiplication or division, but I do have a subtraction. So 4 minus 6 is -2. Okay. Everything else comes down. Okay, we're going to work our next thing. Exponents. Okay, I do have an exponent. Okay, remember an exponent is just saying I'm taking this number and multiplying it by itself. Okay, 5 squared, or 5 times 5 is 25. Now we can do our multiplication or division in order from left to right. So I do have a multiplication, 3 times -2, which is a -6, plus 25. Okay, which is 19. All right, let's look at another one. Okay, do we have any grouping symbols? We do, but notice there's only a single number in there, so there's nothing left to do. Do we have any exponents? Not in this one. Okay, we're multiplication and division. We do have both of those, and we're going to work them from left to right. So 6 times 4, which is 24. I still have the -2. I haven't done anything with that yet. 8 divided by 4 comes next. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then we can do our addition subtraction. So we're going to do 24 minus 2 plus 2, which leaves us with 24. All right, looking at the next one. Okay, remember I told you the fraction bar can also be a grouping symbol. So we're going to work the top part out, our numerator, then we'll work the denominator. So I'm going to leave everything the same until I work with it. Okay, 3 squared, which is 9, plus 5, which is 14. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and work the denominator out as well. 9 minus 7, which is 2, plus our 3x over here. Okay, 14 divided by 2, because remember a fraction is just division. Leaves me with 7 plus 3x. Now, remember I talked back at the beginning, we have to have like terms. Okay, 7 and 3x are not like terms because 7 does not have an x on it. So this would be our answer. All right, we will look at one more. Okay, notice I don't have any grouping symbols, don't have any exponents. Okay, I do have multiplication, but we're multiplying a variable, so we're just going to leave it as b. Okay, I have a 3x and a negative x, so I can add those together. So 3x plus a negative x, remember there's that 1 that's invisible in front of. So 3x plus a negative 1x leaves me with 2x plus 4. Okay, sometimes you are only going to have examples where you are only combining your like terms using addition subtraction. All right, and our final example for this one. All right, so we're going to look at, we have grouping symbols. Okay, I can't do anything in my grouping symbols, can I? Because I've got an x minus 6, and we don't know what x is. But I have this 3 that's multiplying. So we're going to use what we call the distributive property. Okay, that tells me I'm going to multiply through. So 3 times x is just 3x. 3 times 6. Or you could say 3 times a negative 6 is 18. So we've got 3x minus 18 plus 5x. Look for your like terms. Okay. And we're going to add them together. So 3x plus 5x is 8x minus 18 and there is our answer for this one. I will have another video about combining like terms more in depth in another video.